Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sonny, and this video right here, right now, is all about Mars in Libra. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. Hope everyone is having a super amazing day. And just to let you guys know, I'm a professional astrologer. I do write the horoscopes for some of the newspapers up here in Canada. And if you want a personal reading, just check it out in the description box below. Also, for those who don't know, I give a lot of workshops and classes. If you want to learn astrology, learn a little bit more about your horoscope or yourself or your horoscope, or your natal chart, or if you want to learn how to read the tarot, then I have workshops and classes and all that. It's all in the description box below. Anyways, that's the action. Just to let you know the format of this video, and it's a video, feel free to fast forward if you like. There's a little bit of blah blah. I'm going to tell you what's going on with the channel, and then you can, what's new on the Sunny Side here. And then I'm going to talk to you about what I think about Mars in Libra. And then I'm going to read some of the more modern interpretations of it from some notable astrologers out there. And that's the action. And I'll give them my 2 cents. And I'll give them my 2 cents on what they say. And that's the action. All right, let's get down to business here. All right, first up, for those who don't know, those who are new to the channel, this is TheSunnySide.net. This is my website. I've had this for a long time now, and it's always, it changes a little bit for some of the different things that I've done in my life. I used to own a music studio in North Vancouver. I was a very, very popular master level hypnotist, and some of my stuff is here. So anyways, some of the a couple of my TV interviews are on here, and some of the newspaper articles about me are on here. And not everything, just a little. I just dump a little bit on here. In addition to that, along the way, I wrote a book called Emotional Weight Loss, and it's available on Amazon right now. And if you want to check it out, by all means, check it out. It's one of the ways you can help support the channel. Anyways, that's not the point. The point of showing you the Sunny Side is, the Sunny Side is where you go if you want your astrology report. This is where you get your birth chart or your natal report. And there are examples right here. So feel free to check it out on TheSunnySide.net and have a look at what a birth chart looks like, or what a natal chart. You might look at it. And then we have a compatibility report. This is super important. One of the things I spend most of my time doing as a professional astrologer is our compatibility reports. Hey, Sonny, I just met this guy. Is he just into me for sex, or is this like a real thing? Can we really do this? Or hey, Sonny, does this girl just want me for money, or do we have a real possibility? Is this girl going to cheat on me? Is this guy going to cheat on me? I think we're soulmates, but I don't really know. Or this guy's so distant. Sonny, what's the deal with this guy? And so that's your compatibility report, and that's here on TheSunnySide.net. And there are relocation reports, and there's a progress report. And for those who don't know, your chart changes over time. That's called your progress chart. And because obviously you're not the same person at 4 years old as you are at 24 or 44 years old. And so, anyways, that's your progress report. And that's the action. That's the SunnySide.net. Whoop, whoop. Oh, for those who don't know, every morning here on the channel, we have live streams, and a lot of my videos are shot live. And so anyways, if you want to take part in any of that kind of stuff, by all means tune into the channel. Every morning I do your horoscopes, and we do astrology. We talk about different stuff about astrology, rising signs. We talk rising signs, your moon signs, different stuff about astrology. What does your vertex mean? What does Lilith mean? What do the nodes mean? All that kind of stuff. And so sometimes we look at celebrity charts and stuff too. It all depends on what we're in the mood to do that day. And that's every morning here on the channel. And at night, we do tarot readings. All right, next, this is also where you want to go if you want to find out about workshops and classes. Next, this is the Astro-Side.com, guys. This is the important thing. The Astro-Side.com is our store. This is where you get these super cool hoodies and t-shirts. These are the 2 most popular items in our store right now. This t-shirt right here in different colors, I'll show it, and the leggings. The t-shirt and the leggings are the most popular items in our store right now. Check it out. They come in really cool different colors. The Sunny Side. Because remember, guys, it's always a beautiful day to be beautiful, and it's together that makes it a beautiful day. Look how cool that is. Here, I'll show you a couple more things in the store, and then we'll get on with Mars in Libra. The leggings are super, super popular. Everybody seems to love them. And This is what's behind me. Also, we have these really, oh, my cup's upstairs. Well, I'm not drinking coffee right now. And so we have a bunch of mugs here on the channel. These are just a couple of them. And how cool would it be to go to the astroside.com? How cool would it be if you owned, say, an art gallery? I spent a lot of time in the entertainment industry and a lot of time, so we would have things like art galleries. So anyways, if you owned if you had an office or an art gallery in your or you had a coffee shop, let's say, and your customers came in and they saw one of these mugs where it said, "Together it's a beautiful day." How would you like that? How would that make everybody feel? I think we put everybody in a pretty good mood. Then we have a bunch of novelty shirts. SLC, my wife designs a lot. She designs all of this stuff, and she designed a lot of novelty shirts as well. All right, one more. Let me just show you the Libra, the really cool one. This is the Libra up here. She just anyways, there are a bunch of novelty shirts on here. They're a lot of fun. Again, they come in different colors and stuff. We like to tease everybody. Okay, one sec. Lots of novelty stuff. Okay, there's Aries. Now, this is one of the, these make great gifts. And let's push through. Check out this hoodie. She made some amazing, amazing hoodies. How boss is this? Check this action out. How would you like to be a Libra and go to yoga in one of these super badass hoodies, supporting the sunny side like that? And again, they come in different colors. How cool is that? Seriously, can you imagine yourself going to yoga in one of those? But it's Mars. It's Mars Day. Anyways, you'd look Libra, you'd look amazing in some of this stuff. And they also make great gifts. Anyways, that's the astroside.com. Next, that's probably the best way you can help support the channel. Mars and Libra here. Let's get down to it. Oh wait, you guys can't see this yet. All right, Mars and Libra. What's the deal, Sonny? What's going on with Mars and Libra? All right, Mars and Libra. Let's set it up here so that you guys can put it in a. We're most used to seeing. This is Libra over here, and we're most used to seeing Libra over here. So let's move Libra over here. We'll put Aries on the ascendant right there. So it's just easier to get used to it. Libra could be anywhere in the chart, and that's where things get confusing sometimes. Libra is the traditional ruler of the 7th house, and the 7th house is in astrology, modern Western astrology anyways, it's the house of committed partnerships. Libra is, doesn't, okay, so that's what Libra rules. So Libra rules the 7th house, and Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and harmony and arts and crafts. Crafts is kind of a Taurus thing. It's like arts and crafts. It's a love, beauty, money. That's Venus. And Libra is all about togetherness. It's a balance. The key words are, for Aries, it's I am. Right? This is you. Then the 1st house is you. And the 7th house, it's your committed partnerships. It's we are. I am over here. We are over here. Just like the 2nd house is your money, and the 8th house is the money you make with other people, among other things. Now, there's another way to look at it. Well, Sonny, maybe I'm not in a relationship with anybody. What does that mean? The 6th house is the house. This is what you do every day. This is your habits, where you go every day. If you go to the coffee shop every day, it's right here. And this are the people that you interact with every day. Way up here, this is your publicity. Way out in large groups in the world, being out there in the world. And these are the people that you have to deal with, or, this is being very popular in large groups. These are the people, like friends and social network. This is very popular. So, so this, once again, it's what you do every day. And these are the people that you do it with every day. And as such, they call it committed relationships. There was a time when the 5th house was considered, in some aspects of classical astrology, the 5th house is considered your house of marriage. But these days, the 7th house is, it's the people you do stuff with every day. It's your house of committed relationships. And that's the action. That's what it means. Now, getting back, let's back things up a little bit. In astrology, there are 3 things on this chart. There's more than 3 things, but 3 things that we need to know. There's the house, which is the number. There's the celestial planet influence, the celestial orb the planetary influence, Mars, Mars, which is way over here. And then we have the sign and how it's colored. There are similarities between some of these, but they're not exactly the same. It's a little bit different. So you'll find that when you read these interpretations, that there'll be similarities, but you'll be like, hey, man, that's not really exact, like. But anyways, give the guys a break. Give the guys a break. It's not always that cut and dry. It's not always that cut and dry, and they're doing their best. All right, so having said that, Mars, okay, so the house is where everything happens. The 7th house is your partnerships. Mars is your gas. That's your directive energy. That's what you want. It's your raw sexuality, and it's your urge and your impulse. And the 2 tarot cards, I'll show you them in the cards right in a second. But that's your urge and your impulse. And Libra is how this urge and impulse is colored. So Libra wants to color things in a very particular way, Libra wants to color things in a particular way. What it wants to color and how it wants to color it is has to depend on where in the chart it is. So if we have Mars in the 2nd house, that's going to put a lot of energy into your money. So that's what's going to, a lot of energy, for better or worse. Money in, money out. Mars heats things up. It's the red planet. It's going to heat up your money house. And if it's Libra's here, it's going to heat it up. And Libra, what is Libra? Libra likes to debate. Libra likes to, they like to argue. Libra holds the standard of things. And it's going to affect, even though it's Mars in Libra, when it's in the 2nd house, it's going to affect your money. Mars in the 1st house is going to give you, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect the way you look. It's going to make you assertive. It might make you a little bit sporty too, or it might not. It'll definitely make you argumentative. Not in the 3rd house is going to make you very argumentative, and it's probably going to make you a really shitty driver too. Give you computer problems your whole life. But the 1st house impulsive a little bit. Put yourself first. And so regardless of what's on the outside. So all I'm just saying is, in a second or two, when we read all these interpretations of Mars and Libra, you'll see it's going to talk about relationships and being affable and that kind of thing. But depending on where it is in its chart, it can be very selfish, and on the other hand, it can be very much a team player, depending on where it resides in your chart. So some places can be good, some places it's very difficult. Having said all of that, for example, Mars in the 4th house, you're going to have problems with your parents. Mars in the 8th house, you're going to have easier one. Mars in the 12th house, someone's going to backstab you. So if Mars is in Libra in your 12th house, someone is going to backstab you and smile in your face while they do it. Libra smiles at you. They're going to smile, hey, what's up? And they're going to stab you in the back while they're smiling at you. And so, that's not always good. Anyways, that's the cut and dry on some of the planets and some of the things to watch out for. Now check it out. First up, this is Libra. Libra is the Justice card. Libra carries the scales. Libra is the sign of mirrors. It's the sign of mirroring. Now, it is a sign of balance, but oftentimes people think of the term balance meaning that you have to kind of, balance, fair play, blah, 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 because Libra is so affable. But there's something interesting. What do you use a balance for? Or not a balance. What do you use? Anyways, it's not the sign of balancing. There's no balance beam in this freaking card. Okay, it's a sign of justice. What do you use scales for? Well, fish use them as skin. Okay, like what else do you use scales for? Think about it. A scale is used to measure things. Libra is the sign of the zodiac that measures. They have the standard. Libra is the standard bearer of the zodiac. And they measure whether you cross or whether you don't cross. Now, they want to measure in a very Venus-y kind of way. They want to measure in a very Venus, very loving, very harmonious, very beautiful kind of way. And if you don't cross the bar, if you don't measure up, right? If you don't balance out, Libra's going to tell you. It's cardinal energy. It's aggressive energy. And although they may appear indecisive at times, there's a reason for this. I talk about it in another video, and we'll talk about it a little later a little bit. But Libra, they're the standard bearers of the zodiac. So if a Libra likes you, know that you passed. If a Libra likes you, you should know that you're quite desirable. Like you're better than the rest. You cross the bar. If they don't like you, you really suck ass. So you gotta like get your shoes together. Seriously. And if you don't pass the Libra bar, go hang out with the Pisces. Okay, seriously. That's what it is. That's what Libra is. Okay, so Libra. The scales are used to see if you're good enough and to see if things are pretty enough. This pretty. But there's more to it. Libra is the sign of. So if you're good to a Libra, if you're nice to a Libra will be nice back to you. And so although it seems like there's a scale, a scale here to find out how much you're worth, there's more to it. Libra is the sign of mirroring things. If you're good, it's we. They want harmony with we. And anything that will disrupt the harmony is going to funky out Libra. So they want we. So they will wait for you to make a decision. Hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want? And they really want to know what you want to do because they want to do together, harmony. They don't want to disrupt. Well, if Libra says, well, I want to go watch the baseball game, and you're like, hey man, I wanted to watch a hockey game, Libra's going to be like, you just created harmony. Okay? You created discord. I apologize. And so if you want to say, hey, I want to go out for pizza, and no, if you say, Libra, what do you want to do? And Libra's like, I want to go out for pizza, and you're like, oh man, I want to go grab a burger and a beer. You just created discord, cacophony in the situation. And Libra's like, oh, and Libra doesn't like that. So here's how the Libra vibe works. You're going to be like, yo, what do you want to do? And your Libra's going to say, well, what do you want to do? And you're going to say, I want to go out for a hamburger. I want to go out for a burger and fries. And your Libra's going to, then your Libra is going to get you the best burger and fries ever. Because Libra is about beauty and making things nice. So they don't just want, and the scales, they want the best. Libra wants the best. So it's not true, Sonny. We don't always want the best. We just want to all right. You got to cross the line. So for Libras, Libras are team players. They want to be nice to you. Pisces, nurture. See, there are a lot of similarities between Pisces and Libra. They're not like the same, and they're an inconjunct in astrology. I go over this in the Venus videos, but in this one, Libras want balance. It's not balance. It's not balance. I apologize. They want you to be happy. This part of the zodiac, the 7th house, in addition to you can think of energy in this here as like the cheerleaders of the zodiac. If you have your sun in the 7th house, you're a cheerleader. You cheer on your partners. If you have Venus, good things happen to your partner. If you have Mars, which is what we're talking about, you might have disruptive energy in the harmony of your partnership. You're also going to be pushy towards your partnership. So let's look at it again. You're like, hey Libra, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? And they mean it. They want to make you happy. And so you're like, they want to be together. And they're like, well, I want to do this. And they're like, all right, I'm in, let's do it. Okay? And if they don't, if Libra thinks it's a garish idea, if it doesn't measure up, they will tell you. Libra is cardinal energy. They will tell you, I want to go shoot some pigeons. And they're like, what? I don't want to go hurt no pigeons. Libra will tell you. They're only going to go along with the garish behavior for so long. And so, anyways, that's the neat thing. Libra tells you what the action is. So, that's the deal. Now, everybody cool with that? So, Libras are like the mirrors of the zodiac. They want, what are you doing? Everything's good. And they're not mirroring because they don't have an identity. Remember, they're very discerning with who and what they hang out with on an intimate level. It may not seem like it, but they very much are. However, they're very much a go-with-the-flow kind of sign as well. They're probably one of the most go-with-the-flow kind of signs. And so, actually, as I'm looking at the zodiac here, I would probably say the number one go-with-the-flow sign is probably Libra. they'll do almost anything you ask them to do. And so as long as you do it in a romantic and beautiful way, Libra will do almost anything you ask them to do. It's not really that difficult. Now, there's more to it. So they want balance in this world. They bring balance to the world. They want to measure up to things. You know, you got to measure up. You got to bring some serious game when you're hanging with a Libra. But you got to bring some serious game no matter how you hang with it. Now, this is Mars. Mars is the tower. This is disruptive energy. This is going to break your shit up. So, does this look like a good match? Mars, Libra, ruled by Venus. She don't want her disruption in her harmony. I just went over it. She does not want disruption in harmony. She wants, hey, let's go do it. You know, it's okay. We're all doing together. You're doing your best. Let's go do it. You know, let's go get it. And she does not want this. Mars is going to come in and mess this up. So you got to be careful. Sometimes we need a little assertiveness in there. Sometimes we don't. And so that's where the problem arises. It's like having, so that's where the problem arises. If you have Mars in Libra, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be difficult because Venus, okay, so it can be difficult, but it depends on where it is in your chart. Now, there's a little bit more to it. This axis right here, Aries to Libra, this is the sign of, this is the axis, let's say, of not necessarily conflict, but it is the axis of debating. And I use debating because Libra is the best debater of the zodiac, but they're the least likely to fight. They do not like to fight. They dislike arguments. Like, they will do anything to stay away from arguments, but they are the best they're the best. Aries, on the other hand, they love to argue, but they're the worst. They're like the dumbest arguments, and like they usually always get, well, yeah, I'm here. Oh, really? Seriously? And so, but Libra's the best. They're the best. They're the best. And so, anyways, obviously, it's why they want you to measure up, because Libra knows how good they are, and like that's just the action. And so the thing here though, Libra needs a little bit. Libra is assertive, but they don't want to be assertive. They want to be assertive when they have the yes. This is what we're doing. I'll go Libra it up. I'll make it beautiful for you. For us. I'll make it beautiful for us. And so that's the action. Anyways, I got sidetracked there. So anyway, so that's the deal. Libra can be quite argumentative. They can be quite assertive when need be. They will go and do amazing things for their partners, and for the most part they want to learn, like, Libras are team players. This is the cheerleader part of the zodiac. It's doing things for your partner. Whenever the moon is in this sector here, you're going to go and do things for your partner. You're going to want to have a romantic night. Anyways, let's get back to it. Let's sum this up and then go see what everyone else is. So first, Libra is they're mirrors of the zodiac. You be nice to your First, Libras carry the standard of the zodiac first. So they measure everyone and everything. Libras will sit there and judge you. Libras are the guys who sit back like this. You ever see anyone stand there like this and then go like this and then go like this and then go like that? That's like 9 times out of 10, they're a Libra. Okay? They stand back and they observe. Libras are sexual voyeurs of the zodiac. They are an cardinal air sign. They like to talk about it. Libra is the sign of a good conversation. Libras like to talk about it. Libras like to look pretty, and Libras like to be pretty. Libras are pretty and they like to talk a lot. And they non-Gemini talk a lot. Libras like to talk about pretty things. Libras like beauty. They like harmony. They like togetherness. They want to be nice to you. And so they want a nice, beautiful world. I don't think anything's wrong with that. When things get a little Marsy in there, though, then Libras get a little skittish and they can get a little freaky bananas. And that's the action. Mars and Libra. There's another thing here before we move on. Let's wrap. One more thing before we do this. Libras can be pushed around. Libras can be told what to do. Libras are not the most honest sign in the zodiac. They're not the most honest sign in the zodiac. They can be pushed around. They will do things they will do anything to protect the harmony. That means they will subjugate themselves. They will lie to you about certain things. They'll do whatever it takes to keep the peace. That's what Libra should do. The word Libra is synonymous with white lie. They're not hardcore chronic liars. There's no Mercury energy in here, but they are the zodiac white liars they're the white lie sign of the zodiac. All right, so let's wrap it up and then move on. So Libra, first up, they are it's a cardinal air sign. They like to talk about things. They love to watch. So if you're looking for someone to sit around and watch porn with, Mars and Libra is the way to go. So then they want you to be happy, and they want you to be happy. They want a beautiful world around them. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a great thing. Mars is a little bit pushy, so Mars and Libra can be a bit argumentative, a bit too much. A bit too scales moving a little too fast, and so that's you got to watch out for that. And most of all, Libra's a sign of beauty and love and like harmony and like because you get out there and be beautiful and cheer each other on. Libras are the best cheerleaders of the zodiac. So like go cheer it on. All right, and that's the action. Next, Mars tends to be about your physical sexuality, and you'll see that most of these guys are going to talk about that. All right, let's get to it. So that's my 2 cents on Mars and Libra. Let's go see what all these other cats say about it. Let me just check my action right here. My phone's vibrating away. I'm guessing getting messages in here. All right, so here we go. Mars in Libra. Donna Van Toen says, for Mars in Libra, you have a strong sense of... Wait a second. Just one more thing about the... Okay. About the tarot cards. Just remember. That's Mars. Do you know any Libras that's going to like something like this? That doesn't look like something Libra likes. Just saying. Libra, yeah, well, Sonny, I thought about it, and, what do you want? What do you want? That's how it works. So, that sounds like Libra. Donna Van Toen, you have a strong sense of fairness. She's an astrologer. But because you're not always perceptive as you should be, you may often find yourself torn between 2 choices of action. See? 2 choices of action. I should show you the Libra card in the Minor Arcana. I guess I should have pulled it out, but I don't really. This here, in the Minor Arcana, it, the Libra, let me just pull it out here. The first decan of Libra, 2, 3, and 4 of Swords are all Libra cards in the Minor Arcana. Each card in the Minor Arcana here, in the Tarot, it represents one of the 3 decans of astrology, of the astrology. And I'll show you right here. See this little space here? That's a decan. That's a decan. This is the first decan of Libra, second decan between these 2 lines, and third decan right there. This is all stuff I teach in my classes if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff. All right. So, you have a strong sense of fairness, but because you're not always perceptive as you should be, right? This is an interesting thing. You may often find yourself torn between 2 choices of action. So look at this. This is the first decan of Libra right here. And you see she's blindfolded in this card, and there are 2 choices of action. See that? Really neat. And it's the swords. The swords represent communication and intellectual energy, right? Words cut like a sword, like words cut like a knife, or cutting words, or whatever, like a sharp mind. The phrases are embedded within our language. So swords represent your intellect and communication, and this is the first decan of Libra, the 2 of Swords. All right, next. Sometimes this Mars position, right? Mars. Okay, sometimes this Mars position signifies a great deal of inner conflict centering around opposing needs for independence, right? Mars, independence. I'm doing this, playa. And supportive people. Libra, let's do this together. In any case, much of your energy is channeled into partnerships of various types, which may or not which may or may not be long-lasting. This person, Donna, says, I've often suspected that a certain number of people with Mars in Libra prefer cocktail parties and pleasant social chit-chat to sex. Sex, after all, is so messy. It can really play havoc with fancy hairdos, and afterwards an inevitability that we all have to do laundry. And for what? All right. Now, having said all of that, Libra gets a negative rap. There's a negative stereotype that Libra likes to talk about sex more than actually performing sex. But that's just not true. Libra's just different. Libra's just, they want a romantic sex life. The problem is most people aren't romantic enough for Libra. Just like Pisces wants a fantasy, the fantasy sex life or a fantasy romantic kind of life, and Leo wants a playful kind of situation, or look at me, they want to prove. Leos always want to. Leos, we'll talk about Leos in the Leos video, but Leos always want to prove themselves. Libra wants to look beautiful. They're part of the fantasy, and they help create it, and they're like, that's what they say. Some people, anyways, this is a negative stereotype that I've heard from so many people have said that Libras aren't into sex. That's just flat out not true. This is flat out not true. Libras, Libras are one of the easiest signs to get. Say next, people with Mars in Libra have no qualms about initiating sexual encounters, and no qualms about walking away from them when they cease to please. Right, Libras, if you're no good, if you're not any good, Libra's going to walk away from you. They don't, however, walk away until they have somewhere else to go. As a rule, that's a neat thing to do. A Libra is only as single as they want to be, and a Libra is only as single as they want to be. Men with this placement tend not to be sexually demanding, nor are they anti-sex. They can take it or leave it depending on who's offering it. Women with this placement are more responsive and the most faithful. They really are. Anyways, they're faithful to lovers who mirror their own personalities. Right? Mirroring is a big thing for Libras. I don't agree with any of this, by the way, so keep your hate mail on the lowdown. Go send it to Donna. You're right, don't send it to me, Donna Van Toen. Anyways, these guys say you want companionship. You want to avoid loneliness, and you will pay just about any price in terms of compromising and altering your needs to do so. However, you're also apt to want a growth-oriented relationship. So you're apt to be, we're apt a lot, quick to instigate change if you feel things are getting too humdrum. You don't mind taking the initiative to get a new relationship off the ground. And you're a little less quick to initiate breakups unless there's either someone else waiting in the wings or your lover's, he's just not pulling his weight emotionally. Next, did you guys catch that? Libras are quick to hit the boogie. Libras will stay as long as Libras are a faithful sign. As long as you have you are beautiful. As long as you're the prize, Libra wants to be with you. As long as you do things together, as long as you hang out together, you have fun together, you love each other, you're romantic, you treat your Libra nice, your Libra's going to love you forever. If you treat your Libra poorly, she's going to hit the boogie. Just saying. Jan Speller and Karen McCoy. These guys say, you may have a tendency to alienate others by manipulating the responsive in an aggressive way that produces false harmony. All right. You may demand the Libra version of harmony by behaving as you think others want you to and expecting them to act as you want in exchange. Ooh, that's true. Libras, there's a tendency for Libras to behave the way other people expect them to. Libras will give in. Libras will do what you tell them to do. But as a result, Libras are easily, especially these Mars in Libra, because Mars is such active energy, these people tend to do what others say, but at the same time, they're easily taken advantage of. Libras are extremely easily taken advantage of, even though they're a smart sign, and like I said, they're the most go along with the flow sign of the zodiac. You may demand. Okay, next, you may subtly compete with others to see who can be the most harmonious person, and thus victimize yourself by continually demanding that others act fairly. I disagree with that. I don't even know what that means. You can lose energy by holding others responsible for creating. You can lose energy by spending all of your. She's saying here, you can lose energy by spending all your time holding everybody to some kind of false standard. Not false standard, but unattainable standard. And remember, Libras are like a debate. They'll argue. The difference between a Venus in Libra and a Mars in Libra can be argumentative, and you got to watch out for that. Anyways, next it says, you can assert yourself constructively by acting responsibly and directly initiating social interactions on the basis of personal integrity. Yes, Libras also make great lawyers. When you ask others what's that they want from a relationship and honestly share it as what you want, you're then able to create harmony based on truth. Thus, you can gain energy by experiencing yourself as a source of harmony or disharmony in interactions. You know, Libra, the most important things, like, you just have a little bit of trust to say what it is you really want, even if it's going to change all the time. And allow a little bit of bumping. If you can allow a little bit of bumping in relationship and a little bit of and then the parts fit, then you're going to have a super amazing life and a super amazing relationship. You can't, you're going to have to mold the person a little bit. You're going to have to, you can't spend your entire life giving into your partner. And some partners just take. After a while, it's going to crush you on the inside, Libra. So you have to have, and just buying you stuff is not is not the answer. And it's not the answer. You need a little bit of give and take. You need legitimate teamwork. You will cheer the other person on at the same time you like to be cheered on. Next, Babs Kirby and Janie Stubbs says, Mars in Libra carries within itself a basic dichotomy. The Mars principle describes how you set about getting what you need for yourself and shows how you define yourself. Right? Mars, me. Libra is about you in relation to another. What kind of English you speaking, Sonny? Libra is about you in relation to another and gaining self-knowledge by using others as a mirror. This is another person who says Libra is they're the mirrors of the zodiac. If you go to a restaurant, and if you're on vacation and you see like two people wearing matching tracksuits and they're clearly not athletic, one of those people, they're a Libra. Okay, just say that. All right, or if you see two people go out and they're awesome together, if you see the guy's wearing green socks and she's wearing a green scarf, one of those people's a Libra. Just saying. The two opposing principles do not combine comfortably here. How can you define yourself or define what you want effectively if you consider the other person's needs before your own? Like I'm saying, you got to make it work. The person with Mars in Libra then attributes enormous importance to what the other wants and tends to give away his or her energy and sexual needs. Yet Libras can get taken advantage of sexually. These people do not know what they want until they have discovered what the other person wants. If you ask Mars and Libra people what they want to do, they'll invariably answer by asking what you want to do. That's like a major stereotype that I subscribe to as well. This makes decision-making virtually impossible because they're unable to focus in on what they want, but are always looking for answers from the outside, drawing in others to help them decide. Because of this difficulty in knowing what they want, they tend to be very ambivalent and give out double messages all the time. They may make a definitive statement that they will immediately qualify, so that they will really want to become blurred and blah, 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 blah. Libras are always, explaining. If you watch the comment section, Libras always do this kind of thing. Geminis are out, bring it in. Libras, If you look at a comment, and just watch the comment section in any of my Libra videos, and you'll say, if someone dislikes something that I said, say I said something disagreeable to a particular Libra, they will comment on it. Libras will comment. Capricorn doesn't give a shit. They won't comment. They won't say nothing. They'll just leave. They might. Oh, use Capricorn. Okay, they might. They're coming. The moon might be in Capricorn, and they'll be feel like a need to express themselves. And so, but Libra, if a Libra says that's not true, I'm a Libra, they'll follow that up with saying, oh, but you know what? I think you did this really well. I like your backdrop, Sonny. It looks really good. Hey, Sonny, your hair's looking better. They're going to do something like that. Libras almost always find a way to say something nice if they've said something negative. And Mars in Libra is no exception to this rule. They will do that as well. So keep that in mind. Libras want harmony at all costs. They'll want to tell you they don't want to be tread upon. They just want like everybody to be cool. In their sexual relationships, check this out. Mars and Libra people like to observe the social niceties. Venetian touches such as romantic notes, thank you letters, and cards sent to continue the connection. Right? Libras are romantic. And they're pretty. Libras are romantic and they like pretty stuff. Romantic and charming. They know what, but this is also the 5th house, right? So they're gonna talk a little bit about Leo stuff here, in the 5th house kind of stuff, but it does apply to Libras. Romantic and charming. Libra moon 5th house, like one of the most romantic parts of the zodiac. All right, keep that in mind. Romantic and charming, they know what pleases and show a flattering interest in their partner's life and emotional well-being. They always ask the right questions and respond appropriately, which can be very seductive. Enjoying repartee and flirtation, right? Libra is one of the flirtiest signs of the zodiac just because they ask you what you want to do. You ever talk to a Libra? Libra's not... If you say you're standing there and you're talking about blah, 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 and you're like being, Libra's talking to you, and they're asking you what they want to do and what they want to do. You're going to think Libra's into you. You're going to be like, hey, man, oh, my God, this chick's, like, asking me what I want to do. Hey, players, hey, Sonny, this girl keeps asking me what I want to do. What do you want, what's going on? What's good? Like, she into me? I'm like, dude, she's not really into you. She's just a Libra killing time, all she's doing is killing time. She's waiting for her boyfriend. So that's all she's doing. Anyways... But the guy, she's like, no, Sonny, she's really into me. And because Libra's a pretty sign, you're going to fall in love. Next, flirtation. Libra's a flirty sign. People with Mars and Libra may tend to flirt forever without getting around to doing anything. They don't want to be, it's not that they don't want to be rejected. Libra's a strong sign. They just don't want to mess things up. If they're having a good scene, if you guys are friends and your Libra is being like Libra-y, Libra's not going to want to like, mess up your shit. That's the deal. Libra's the number one not mess up your action sign. And so that's what the deal is. That's why if you want to get to a Libra, you got to make your intention straight up right away. Hey, baby, this is the Sava. You game for this? You game on this action? And if, and almost, the Libra's almost good. Libra says yes. They're the sign of the zodiac that says yes. And so, anyways, they enjoy creating a right setting, romantic meal, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. People with Mars here like to initiate contacts. They forge links and hold relationships together. But they also like to keep at a distance and avoid intense involvement, often using niceties and politeness as a barrier to intimacy. However, the urge to establish a sexual relationship is a driving force with people with Mars in Libra. Obviously, Mars in anything is a sexual force. So that even if there's not much actual sex involved, they do need to feel that they have a sexual partner and will put a great deal of effort into pleasing their partner and holding the relationship together. Next, Sky Alexander, your passions never rule your thinking. Right. Blindfold. Passions never rule your thinking. And you rarely act in haste or anger. They do sometimes. That's not true. they do. Libra. I've seen angry Libras. Concerned with justice and fairness, you don't let your ego get in the way of your decisions and actions. Your objective, unemotional approach can enable you to be a good judge, manager, general, diplomat, social convener. Anyways. However, you often have difficulty asserting yourself and going after what you want in a direct, decisive manner. Instead, your tendency is to think too much before you... It doesn't matter. Libra is pretty. People do shit for Libra anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All right. Instead... finish the thing. Aggression in any form seems threatening to you, and you don't deal well with confrontations, arguments, forcefulness, or physical combativeness. When faced with challenges, you may experience anxiety rather than positive stimulation. Yeah, you got to watch out for that. Libras can stress out. If possible, you'd like your environment and relationships to be balanced, harmonious, and congenial at all times. Your desire is to unite with others rather than oppose them, and you'll always seek a way to work with others instead of against them if possible. You want to make friends, not adversaries. This, is the Libra way. It's also the 7th house way. So this, what they were just talking about, this is a very 7th house kind of thing. If you have planets in the 7th house, they say, if possible, you'd like your environment and relationships to be balanced, harmonious, and congenial. Your desire is to unite with others rather than oppose them. It's very much a 7th house kind of vibe. You'll always seek a way to work with others instead of against them if possible. And on the sunny side here, we have a very 7th house kind of vibe. It says it's always a beautiful day to be beautiful, and it's together that makes it a beautiful day, and that's the vibe on the sunny side. All right, back to Libra. One area in which you're likely to be assertive is relationships. You invest much of your energy into pursuing and maintaining relationships of all kinds, but especially romantic ones. Although you're never pushy or forceful, once you decide you want someone, you'll exert gentle and continuous effort towards establishing a partnership with them. Okay, next, for you, sex is always best within the context of a loving and stable relationship, and you find casual affairs unfulfilling. Because you want like to mean a little bit of something. You're not an experienced junkie. Like, you like to watch. Libras like to watch. If you're going to do it, it's got to be good, it's got to be romantic, and it's got to fit the story. Instead of being excited by the novelty of a new sexual encounter, you usually feel anxious, apprehensive, and insecure. For you to enjoy sex, you must also be getting along well with your lover. A disagreement before bed will turn you off completely. Though you are very affectionate and romantic, your sex drive is rather low. You tend to overly idolize sex, expecting emotional as well as physical satisfaction. When it comes to lovemaking, you're conservative and cautious. You're reluctant to try anything new or different. You want everything about the experience to be nice, neat, and predictable. No spontaneous, impassioned encounters in parked cars or elevators for you. Ha 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 ha! Whatever. And clean sheets, soft music, and candlelight are more... Whatever. Next. Men with this Mars placement pride themselves on their refinement and good taste. However, you can be terribly vain about your looks and the image you present. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that's what these guys say. You enjoy dressing fashionably and you like to impress people with your knowledge of the arts. Okay, next. Okay, tactful, sociable, and well-mannered. You're the perfect dinner guest, a pleasant and amiable friend, and every mother's ideal son-in-law. Women with Mars and Libra are attracted to men who are intelligent, sociable, impeccably dressed, squeaky clean, with perfect manners and good taste. Good old-fashioned gentlemen. You're intimidated by forceful, passionate men and prefer a partner who's more restrained. Jocks and cowboy types are too coarse for you. You want someone who's totally civilized and far removed from the physical world as possible. I don't know. Maybe. It all depends. You have to be a little bit aggressive to get a Libra. Just saying. In addition to all of that... What else do we know here? I skipped a little bit. Alright, there's one more that we're going to look at here. Alright, let's go down and check it out. This is from Good Golly Astrology. I like these guys. Mars and Libra. They call Mars and Libra the perfect lover. The sexuality of people with Mars and Libra hinges on the eternal but always elusive concept of the other. Ooh, no, that doesn't mean Libras like to have sex with ghosts. Maybe it does. Okay. For most of us, the other is just the person we happen to love. That individual who's willing to put up with our imperfections and stand by us through the good and bad times. But people with Mars and Libra see the other as something much more abstract and larger than life. For them, the other is an ideal. More importantly, it's a necessary ideal without which life has no meaning. For the Mars and Libra lover, the search for this ideal companion, this truly significant other, is the primary fire within his or her sexuality. Physical desire comes in a weak second place. This being said, it should not be assumed that Mars and Libra lovers are sexually deprived. Just because physical sex is not that important to these individuals doesn't mean that they can't have a lot of fun with it. Typically, Mars and Libra lovers follow the sexual attitudes and morals of their own social group. They can quietly and happily sublimate their physical desires in the company of celibates, but they will definitely be the life of the party if they're in the community of swingers. Like Libras are notorious swingers. What is different about sexually active Mars and Libra lovers is the fact that they always maintain a strict divide between what they perceive as frivolous sex, which is sex with anyone who's not their significant other, and sex with its special partner. The former simply is not important, no matter how much energy you put into it. The latter matters tremendously, not because of the quality of sex, but because it takes place in the zone of perfect love. It's romantic. Libra goes on with the flow. If everybody's getting naked, Libra's getting naked. It's that simple. But do they want to get naked with everybody? They'd rather be getting naked with their partner. They're a together kind of sign. Mars and Libra lovers approach sex with their special partners as if it were a fantasy, and they seek to create a zone of perfect beauty, balance, and grace around the objects of their affection. Often, they will inundate that person with physical manifestations of their ideal conception of love. That means they'll buy gifts, flowers, gestures of respect, and idealized affections. Like I said, people buy shit for Libras. Anything that seems tawdry or harsh to them is banished from the scenes. It may seem that they're putting the person they love on a pedestal, that they are making sex into a highly mannered ritual in which consummation matters very little, but always remember that it's the ideal of the relationship and the other that this lover is really worshipping, not the person who happens to be standing on the pedestal. In other words, what they're saying is Libra is in love with love. There's probably no more privileged position imaginable than to be the object of a Mars and Libra lover's sexual adoration. These lovers make the person they love feel as if the universe is centered on their relationship, but despite all of this devotion, the Mars and Libra zone of perfect love can be rather cold and an unforgiving place. Like I said, if you don't measure up, Libra's going to kick your ass to the donkey, man. Anyways, the perfectionism that makes these lovers so anxious to please their partners also makes them extremely judgmental of people who fall short or who are unable to maintain the high standards of their ideal. In such instances, adoration can quickly turn into contempt. The intellectual distance and lack of physical urgency with which these lovers view sex often, none of this is true or not true. They're trying to they're trying to say that because Libra is a cardinal air sign, they're saying that sex is a domain of the earth sign. They're saying earth signs are lusty, water signs are emotional, air signs like to think about it and talk about it. It's perpetuating a stereotype. What you need to know is Libras are romantic. For Libras, sex starts in the mind. For Virgo, sex starts on a list. Close the door, start checking things off, and Virgo's in. For Sagittarius, sex has already begun. For Aries, sex starts with a wink. For Scorpio, sex starts with an intimate, emotional bond. Cancer, emotional bond. For Libra, you have to have an intellectual rapport, and that's, sex for the air signs, sex starts in the mind. For the water signs, sex starts in the emotions. Starts in the soul. For an earth sign, sex starts physically. It's different. And so, it's just different. And so it doesn't mean they're not. So all of this stuff, when they talk about sex and Libra and stuff, is not true. If you want to get Libra into bed, you could talk a Libra into bed. You can't really talk a Scorpio or a Cancer into bed. If a Cancer doesn't feel it, they're not doing it. If a Pisces doesn't feel, they're not doing it. Leo's got to show a Leo. Leo's got to prove. If Leo doesn't want to prove themselves to you, they're not going to do it. Their fire is not going to happen. And Libra, you got to seduce a Libra with, for them, sex begins in the mind. And that's just the way it is. Everything else is just gobbledygook bullshit. Celebrity examples of Mars and Libra. Among our examples of the perfect lover, we have elements of power couples. That's a good example, power couples. So they talk about things like Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, right? They've been a power couple. John Adams and his wife Abigail. John Lennon and Yoko Ono, they were quite popular power couple. Artsy-fartsy Libra's power couple. Unfortunately, not all of these ideal partnerships have prospered. Elvis Presley spent years grooming Priscilla to be his ideal bride, but she eventually tired of her place on the pedestal. Whitney Houston, gave over to mental bananas Bobby Brown. So you have a whole bunch of other stuff like this. Pamela Anderson, her relationships at one time, or Sonny Bono, Nicole Kidman, they've always tried to have the perfect Mars and Libra partnership, only to see that these ideal relationships end in divorce. And that's the action. And that's the action. You know, they try really hard. But Mars, like I said, Mars in the 7th house, you could get divorced. Mars in the 7th house. Arguments in relationship. I'll say it again. Does this look like a good situation? Does this look like something good is about to happen? Or does it look like she gonna get pissed off? Okay, you just burned her castle down. You think she's happy? You just burned her tower down. You think she's happy? Probably not. And so, it's just something to think about. Anyways, that's the action, guys. Thanks for dropping by. It's a long video. Thanks for hanging out. Please subscribe to the channel. Maybe give the video a bloop thumbs up. And, you know, if you drop into one of the live streams in the morning, please say what's up. And every night here on the channel, we read your tarot cards. If you want a personal reading, check it out in the description box below how to do that. And whenever, you know, when you find yourself looking for really cool hoodies and tees, astrological hoodies and tees, or, you know, some fun meme-based hoodies or tees, then just head over to the Astroside.com and check it out. And, you know, once again, if you drop by, please say hi. There are discount coupons available on our Facebook group, and I'm not pushing the Facebook group. I'm just saying that that's where we put them. And so, if you go, and that's in the description box below. So if you check that out, you can do that. And of course, there's a SunnySide.net if you want to look for me. Now, it's the action. Let's wrap this up. So, what do you need to know about Mars and Libra? Mars and Libra. Let's get down to the basics. Libra's an air sign. Mars is aggressive. Mars and Libra can cause a tornado. They can cause, Libra wants you to be harmonious. They want to get along. They want to be beautiful. They really want it. They want the ideal, perfect relationship. They want it. But Mars can push too hard. Like I say in some of the videos, you know, too much of a good thing can cause problems for some people. And Libra pushing too much Libra can cause problems in the relationship. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Some people it's really good. Some people it's not so good. You can balance the Mars and Libra out in your chart. If you have a partner that's receptive to this kind of energy, like Mars and Libra, if you have someone with like a Venus in Aquarius, that would do fine with a Mars, you know, or a Venus in Leo might do wonderfully. It all depends. And so, or maybe not. We'll see. They could be a little, Mars and Libra can be a little aggressive. Anyways, that's the action. Remember, there's always love and money in your chart every single day. You just need to know where to look and how to find it. And that's my job. I'm your astrologer. And that's the action. Thanks for hanging out, guys. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sonny. Everyone, the absolute best of a super beautiful day. Be cool, guys. And I'll see you guys soon.